Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Angie with Doodles Boutique, and I want to talk to you about when you need to get your vinyl off after you've already epoxied it. Now, we've all had it happen. It looks perfectly smooth, it's beautiful, you go to epoxy, it heats up, and then something crazy happens with your epoxy and your vinyl, and they don't play together. Now what do? So I'll show you how you can get it off whenever it gets these little wrinkles underneath. Or just say you don't like it after you see it all put together and you thought it was going to be awesome and it's either too big or too small or it doesn't quite work. I'm going to show you how to get the vinyl off under the epoxy without having to start all the way over. So let's go and I'll show you how.
Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to be notified.
Okay, I have this decal that's already been epoxied, and we decided that it was a little bit too big for the cup. So it's really not that difficult to remove it, and I'll show you how to do that. And then I have another one that this one, the vinyl just was not playing. The cup is very round, it's like a bulb, and the vinyl was flat when I applied it, but then as it cured, it lifted and just kind of made a mess of itself. So I'll show you how to get these off. All I use is some sandpaper. These are 220, 120, just whatever I have. And sometimes I will use my X-Acto knife or tweezers. So to get started, I just get it wet. And my coarse sandpaper. Get it wet, and then I just pick a spot and I just start sanding it off. And I'll sand it until I can start to feel the vinyl, because I don't want to sand too far because I don't want to hit my glitter. I just want to get it enough. Okay, so the J is now all the way off, and once I get the rest of my vinyl off, I will sand this all smooth again and just reapply my vinyl right there. You can still see where it was embedded there, but you won't be able to notice that after it's been reapplied or reepoxied. So I'll just keep working. Okay, my camera stopped recording somewhere during that, but I did get it all off. The whole process took about 15 minutes, and that's mostly just because I was being a little more careful because this doesn't have very much epoxy over the glitter. But you can still kind of see where her name was. So the next step will just be to sand this smooth, and if you can't get it very smooth, get it as smooth as you can, wash it really well with Dawn, add another coat of epoxy, then reapply. I think I'll be able to get it pretty smooth, and then I'll be able to reapply that one. For this one, I am going to bust out the Dremel because I know that this has quite a bit of epoxy between, because I've actually had to take this decal off already twice because it did this. So this foil is just not cooperating with the shape of this, so I'm going to redirect and pick something different, but I'll show you how to get this off a little bit faster than the other one. Okay, I have my Dremel, and I just have one of these bits that came in my kit. They have lots of different ones. That one I like. Make sure you wear a mask, even if you're using water during this. The Dremel throws up so much dust and you don't want to breathe that in. So I do go ahead and still get it wet to help cut down on the dust. And then I start off slow and try to bust up that epoxy right over the decal. Okay, since this one has 2 layers of vinyl on it, I can see that I'm getting below the epoxy and I'm knocking off some of that top layer. So now I will grab my X-Acto knife and start trying to get underneath some of that and try to lift it off. And this epoxy on this blue one has been fully cured. This has been sitting on my desk for a while. The other one has just been a day, so it was a little softer. This one's fully cured and thick, but it's still not so much of a pain. Salvageable. I'm gonna hit it again with my Dremel. There's just still some really thick spots where I haven't broken through yet. Once it's completely off, same thing, just sand it smooth. If you're lucky, you can also do it on the other side and the epoxy will fill that in. So I will sand both of these cups now as smooth as I can get them, wash them really well with Dawn and clean up my mess, and they'll be ready to reapply vinyl and epoxy, and that's all you have to do. All right, these have the vinyl off of them. This one I sanded as much as I could to get it flat. I'm just gonna reapply the vinyl to the back side. On this one, I sanded it for a little while, but I was afraid I was gonna hit the glitter because it didn't have very much epoxy in between. So I did go ahead and just reapply my epoxy so I have a smooth surface to work from. And then I'll just reapply my vinyl, wash it with Dawn, and epoxy it again, and they'll be good to go. Okay, so it wasn't so bad. You can save it usually. So if you can't save it, fine, start over, whatever. But hopefully that gave you a couple ideas on how to fix your vinyl and save your project without having to start all the way over. So let me know, how many times have you had to start over? How many times could this have helped you? So drop those in the comments. Also be sure to like, subscribe, put on your notifications. Be sure to visit me on Instagram at Violet Doodles Boutique and Facebook at Violet Doodles. Also, website is coming together still, so head over there and check it out. Let me know what you think of it so far. What else do you want to see on there? VioletDoodlesBoutique.com. And happy crafting, guys. Bye!